Alrighty, well, welcome to Sacramento, California once again. We love it. The Sacrament of Sacramento. It's sacred, alright. You betcha. Boy, that sure was pretty back there up in Auburn. Man, it really was.
Be in any of the 3 left lanes.
Looked like a really nice place to live, except for the fact that it's in California. Funny, I was speaking with my brother just last night, hey Unc, and we were talking about that very thing, about, man, it's like, there are just some gorgeous places in California, geographically speaking. It is really, visually, a very beautiful place. Yes, indeed. And honestly, like, you don't got to go far to find the beauty in California either. Like, you know, if you're fed up with the city thing, you've seen your hometown go to shit, go to pot, or whatever, become all commercialized and stuff, whatnot. Big city, or suburb, whatever. It doesn't matter. A lot of places have just turned into crap, a bunch of cheap homes get built and stuff, apartment buildings, parking garages, Starbucks, Walmart's all over the place, right? Just, day in, day out, it just starts wearing on you, it's stressful and whatnot. You really don't got to go that far to get away from it. You can pretty well drive in any direction for a half an hour, and you'll find yourself back into nature's arms, out in California. So that's a nice thing, it is. So anyways, yeah. But, I've come to a conclusion, and I believe that I have a very sound theory here, which I'm about to speak, right? And it's based on actual experience and whatnot. And so anybody who's ever visited or have lived in California for any period of time at all, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 years, whatever, knows that traffic in California is a cluster F, right? Traffic in California is a disaster. It's a nightmare, right? And so what do the powers that be do to try and make traffic smoother? They keep adding stuff, right? They keep adding stuff to it. Like, let's put some stoplights at the on-ramps, and let's, put more stop signs over here, and let's put a new traffic light on this one, let's throw some more signs and tell people what they can't do, or, what they better do, let's add more digital things, and, here, let's change, let's do some road work, and let's put more lanes and all this kind of nonsense, right? All this bullshit. They keep adding stuff, right? Instead of doing the one thing that would relieve it, right? They keep adding stuff. If you keep adding stuff, it's going to make it more complex. It's going to make it less smooth. That's just common sense, right? Of course, they don't work on common sense. They work on a budget. Yeah? So here's where I'm going. Anywhere else in the country, right? You know, aside of the left coast, the west coast, speed limits are equal for everybody, trucks and cars, right? 70 miles an hour for the most part. Some states are 75, some are 80, but for the most part, 70. So we're going to go with 70, right? So you got the trucks and the cars going 70 miles an hour. That's the speed limit, right? And everybody's going to do them, you know, either a little bit above or a little bit below, etc., right? And I've mentioned this in a lot of my videos. And I'll be going through like a city area, right? And it'll just be, you know, like something's clogging up the works, right? You know, it's just a mess of traffic. And so, you know, and I know this based off experience and studying traffic, the way it works. There's typically one, and that's all it needs to be, is one vehicle, whether it's a truck or a car, up somewhere up ahead that is going really slow, and it will muck up traffic behind it for miles. And I kid you not, literally for miles, right? If you got a 70 mile an hour speed limit, and let's say there's a truck up there going 60, right? And all the other vehicles want to be doing 70 and doing, you know, speed limit, right? Because they got shit to do. And there's one vehicle up there, car or a truck, doesn't matter, but I'll just use a truck for example. It will muck it up for miles behind, right? And so I always, you know, I'm aware of that. And so I'll do everything I can to try and, you know, weed my way through and get up to the front of that pack. Because, and it's true every time, hands down. Without fail, it's the same thing every time, right? Unless, of course, you're talking about there's an accident or road work or something. What I'm saying is true. There's always something, right? So there you go. That's why traffic in California is such a clusterfuck. Is because they got trucks going 55 miles an hour while the rest of the traffic is either going 65 or 70, right? And so all of us trucks are you know, are stuck at lower speeds, just like I'm talking about in the other states, right? If you got 70 miles an hour and just one truck is going less than 70 miles an hour by 5 or 10 miles an hour, it mucks things up for everybody. That's what's happening here in California. 55 miles an hour for trucks, 65 or 70 for cars. That's why traffic in California is a mess, right? You take that away, instead of adding a bunch of stoplights on the on-ramps because you think somehow the people are going to merge. No, people don't merge well because there's different varying speed limits, right, for vehicles. And so nobody, you know, people are afraid of trucks out here and stuff, right? That's why it's messed up. So take all that garbage away, quit wasting all our money, right? And change the speed limits so that the trucks and the cars are going the same. That's how you deal with it, period. You know, but of course that is far too simple a solution for the powers that be, right? It's far too simple, right? You know, they would lose so much revenue, right? You know, they wouldn't be giving speeding tickets to trucks, right? Because the other states, you don't see trucks getting, you know, speeding tickets as much. You know, it's like, yeah, because, you know, you're going 70 miles an hour, you don't really need to go better than that. You know, you're fine. 75, you know, shit, 80 miles an hour in Utah and, you know, Nevada, you know. Trucks don't need to go faster than that, you know. It's, you know, I mean, you go faster than that, you're just being greedy, right? But you probably deserve a speeding ticket, you know. I mean, at 70 miles an hour, it works everywhere. But for some reason in California, and I know the reason, I just explained it, they just, it would eat into their budget too much, right? They wouldn't, you know, have their own nice, fine homes to live in anymore with their 5 bathrooms and 10 fireplaces, you know, 3 dens, 2 libraries, you know, their little acre, you know, landscaping that they got, you know, get people to come in and do for them because they don't want to get their fingers dirty. So, you know, I mean, that would do it. I'm telling you, it works everywhere else. It's the truth. It holds true everywhere else in the country. So, there you go. go. I just figured I'd throw that out for you. Call your state legislature and tell them, hey, change the freaking speed limits. You know, let these trucks get up to speed, and maybe we can all go around, you know, go about our business and get to work on time. You know, instead of dealing with all this mess. You know? But yeah, like I said, Californians are just kind of by nature afraid of trucks. They're afraid of big trucks, right? And yeah, of course, because they haven't ever, been allowed to. They have never been forced into a position of which they need to be able to, maneuver safely around us. So they're afraid of us. Everywhere else, man, people know a truck's coming. They better get the frick on the gas pedal for the most part. They're like, yeah, and people drive really well everywhere, like really well in all these other states. In California, people drive like boneheads, man, boneheads, afraid. Like, anyways, there you go. And there goes Sacramento in the rear view. Here, and I'll give you another good example of it too. Just to send it home, right? So we're going to be, we're on 5 right now, I-5, right? And we got, 3 lanes right now? We just had 4 or 5, now we're shrinking down to 3. And pretty soon we're going to be bottlenecked down to 2, right? It's not much of a bottleneck, I mean, because we're getting out of the city, so it doesn't clog things up so much necessarily. But so we're going to be, here we go. We're going to be shrunk down to 2 lanes. Here's the sign right here, right? And so here we go again. So we got, and now, so cars are at 65. Pretty soon it's going to be 70 for them. But it's going to remain 55 for trucks, okay? So you get these truck drivers, us truck drivers, and some of us are going to, remain strictly around 55, a handful of them, a small handful of them, right? Some of them are going to bump up to 58, some are going to be at 60, some are going to be at 62 and 63, and, some of the more courageous ones will be at 65, right? 65 is pretty well the tops, right, of what truck drivers will do out here. But so, and all the trucks are going to be in the right lane as we're, supposed to be, as everybody's supposed to be, unless you're passing, right? So let's say you got a truck going 55 in the right lane, right? And you got one coming up behind him at 58, right? And he's like, well, he's got his cruise control on, he wants to make a pass, right? So he'll jump in the left lane to pass this truck going 55, and he'll do it at 58 or 57, let's say. And because, he doesn't want to go faster than that, right? He's afraid he might get a ticket. He's going to pass that truck at 2 miles an hour faster than this truck on the right lane going 55, right? So it's going to take him, a couple minutes to get by the guy, right? Meanwhile, all the cars that are in the fast lane going 70 get jammed up behind that truck, right, who's passing at 2 miles an hour faster, and it mucks up the works, right? I mean, these guys, instead of going and passing and getting on the hammer, right, putting the hammer down to pass that truck, they'll just sit there, cruise control on and pass them as slow as can be, and it'll take 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes, right? And then they'll finally get around them, or they'll make shoot, God forbid it's, he's got to pass like 2 or 3 trucks. Then you're talking like, it's like, 5 or 7 minutes it takes for this one truck to get around him, because he doesn't know better than to frickin' put the hammer down so you don't clog things up. But there's my point. That's what's clogging things up in California. It's, there's a lot of people here, yeah, but that's not all of it. It's these freaking differing speed limits are a big problem. See, now you got, here's this is what's happening right now, is what I just talked about just a second ago. You got these trucks, they want to pass this little camper on the right lane, and he's going to pass them all slow, right? All right, so now the left lane, the passing lane, is all clogged up when everybody wants to go 70 miles an hour. So therefore, they hate truck drivers now. They're not afraid of us now. They're angry at us, right? Hey, it's not us. Call your legislature. Tell them. Okay, because these trucks can get up to 7 and better. You know what I mean? So, anyways, there you go. There's your traffic lesson. Based off of not very long in doing this business. I got it figured out already. Yep. So let's see here. 68 miles to go down to our second delivery here in Livermore. At beautiful 64 degrees out here, slightly windy. We are almost exactly at sea level, about 2 feet above, according to Sheila B. The time is now, holy smokes, only 11:15 in the a.m. And our ETA, I think, is for about 12:30. I mean, 67 miles to go, that shouldn't take too long, except for the fact that we are in California. Yep. So anyways, yes, we will see you in a little bit. Check this one out. You see that? Woo, man, that's bad. That car is so low profile, it's crazy. That's like a 3.5 foot tall car. He passed us up back there a little ways. Figured I'd never see him again. But lo and behold, we found ourselves in some traffic here, going over the 580, about 5.5 miles away from our delivery. Splendid. Check them out right at home, huh? Well, this sucks. Yep, moseying along. The old electronic logbook here has already decided to switch me over into on duty rather than driving, it looks like. Damn near. Bummer. It'll make it worth it if we just see that Lamborghini again up close. It's a good time to spot DWT drivers here. I've already seen 2. These are the guys who are like, oh cool, we're in traffic. Now I can really write some long text messages. all that stuff on Facebook that I had responded to when I looked at it the first 30 times this morning. Wow, that's a long line of traffic actually. Man, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Look at how far that goes up. Arr! Oh, we were on time. We got, let's see, 12:19. I told the boss, actually, I told the boss between 12 and noon, noon and 1. I think I told you 12:30. So, and it would have been. That's what I get for speaking. Oh, there's another one. She's over there texting away. She's holding it down. Just not the. No, you can't see what I'm talking about. No, there's a car directly to our left. Not that white one in the corner on the left, though. And she's got her phone way down there, like where her little shifter is. Way down. Like, I don't want nobody seeing me do this. Like, she knows. Like, she's got guilty, right? You're gonna hold it down that far if you're not guilty, right? You know what you're doing. You're not supposed to be doing it. Like, she doesn't want to see just regular public noticing that she's texting and driving. That's how guilty she feels about it right now. Here she comes. Yep, still doing it. There she is, coming up in the bottom left-hand corner right there. Fingernail polish. Plugging away numbers, plugging away letters, words, tapping away. She's a thumb texter. Boy, oh boy. Well, man. We almost caught up to the Lamborghini a second ago. I was going to zoom in again for you, but it's disappeared. Probably climbed up underneath the truck somewhere. Just hang out underneath the truck. Gives us the shade. What was that scene? Remember that movie Cannonball Run? Those two hot girls had that Lamborghini, and they went like they were trying to hide from the sheriff or whatever, or the trooper, and so they like climbed up underneath the trailer of the truck next to them, so they couldn't see them. Wow, the car over the car behind that texting girl is even outdoing her. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. I thought she had a tablet in her lap, but it's just a cell phone. So, no, texting away. Oh boy. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. Okay, let's do this. Let's try this. Just look in the back window of the car in front of us here. See if you can see his little hand texting away on his phone right there. Yep, see him? See his hand there? Holding his phone, texting away. We got another one right there on camera. DWT, baby. That's pretty funny, right? You can see him doing it. Oh, that's really funny. Oh boy. Go on, zoom in better, camera. Oh, that's as good as we're gonna get. Let's see, where's that hand holding that phone? I see it. I know it's there. All right, we're back. Alrighty, we have made it through that traffic.
I guess that way station closed. I don't know why the hell everybody in it.
Fucking illiterate, man. That's why you know that.
Turn right at the stop sign. Then take the second right.
Closed.
Yeah.
Let a few trucks in, then they'll shut it down. So that's what they done. Stack it up and shut it off, huh? Yeah, they've been doing it on both sides.
Alrighty. That's fun. That's fun. Okay, here we go. 1.1 miles to go. And good old little Max, he's still
Turn
sitting in the big
right
seat.
at the traffic light.
He likes it because when we're going slow, you know, I can have the window down. He can stick his nose out there, look at all the people. Let all the people look at him. See what a cutie
In
he is.
1/2 mile, turn left on Lawrence Drive.
Okie dokie. Lawrence Drive. You got it, Shillity. Coming up. See if I can pull up my satellite view without messing it up here. Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Okay, I see us. We're the little
In
blue dot.
1/4 mile, turn left on Lawrence Drive.
Yeah, you got a stop sign. Okay. Longer. All right, Livermore, we got your beer. Maybe you and Auburn can meet each other someplace in the middle and have yourself a little kegger.
Turn left on Lawrence Drive.
A little kegger party.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at 174 Lawrence Drive on the right.
Okay, let's see here. Where the heck is it? Where'd it go? There it is. We want, which one do we want? Johnson's Line or which one do we want? Shit. Let me take it. Oh shoot, you know what? I ought to let Max out real quick. We are early actually. Yeah, actually, perfect. It's 12:35 right now, so we got half an hour to kill. I don't know if they'll receive us, prior to 1, but we're half an hour early from our requested delivery window. So give me a minute to double check my this one. Recently viewed. Which freaking one is it? Rats. I think it was this one. Metal supplier. Oh no, that's not the one we want. Alright, where the heck did it go? Hang on a second. Let's try this again here. Search here. 74 North Drive. There we go. Okay, so it is that one. Advance International. Huh. Max, chill out. Relax. Alright. Nice lady. Hi, puppy. Okay, so anyways, yeah, we're gonna go get out of the truck and go check out this big grassy field over here to the left of us here, and then we're gonna get back in the truck and then we're gonna do it. So we'll see in a bit. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can't find this place. Max is feeling a bit lazy right now. I guess maybe it's just a little too warm for him or something. But I walked him around in that field right there off the on the leash. That's 300. Okay. And he was just kind of puttering around. He was just kind of like limping around through there. And I was like, "You want to get the ball?" He smiled up at me, so we went and grabbed the soccer ball, and I took him off the leash back over there. And
Arriving at 174 Lawrence Drive on the right.
he just wasn't too all too excited about it. Went and brought it back for me like a couple times, and then just kind of like started just kind of slowly pacing back and forth between me and the ball, and that's pretty much when I know it's time to get back in the truck. And he didn't really seem to mind too much. He was like, "Yep, it's hot out here." It's not that hot, I mean, whatever. It's like 75 degrees, 70 or 75 degrees, I guess. Uh-huh. 174. McNichols. Let's see what we got on the DLL here. Geyser Beverage is the one we want. Oh, I bet you it's in the back. I see a Dale ALL right there. Yeah, I bet you it's the one in the back here. Okay, number C. Okay, 174C. Oh, here we go. This is the one we want. Yep, there's all the kegs. We got. Boy, we're bringing them like a small shipment too. It's only like 4,000 pounds back there. It's like one crate of cans and then like 1 or 2 pallets of kegs. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay, let's see here. Which way do we want to go in here, Cal? Let's just go ahead and back in driver's side, just so I don't get all screwed away here. think I'm already screwed up. No, maybe not. Okay, hey there. So, delivery number 2 underway. Oh, driving. On duty. $107. Sweet. So I probably could have gotten to both of these places far earlier. It seems like, I don't know, they give you a window, but it's not like some of the other, like the really big distribution facilities. If you show up early, they'll turn you around. So whatever. I mean, whatever. It's 1:15. We're perfectly on time. And so after this, we're gonna go, I guess, run back up to Lodi and get a truck wash, and then off to the yard, pack up, and off we go home. So, barring any unforeseen interesting things or adventures we find ourselves within, I will wrap this up and call it a wrap with a bow, etc. And wish you all well, and we will see you on the next run. So take care. See ya. Bad little car. That's badass, man. That's old school right there. Yep. I'd take that over that Lamborghini for sure. Well, I don't know. That's a tough call. Yep.